On this episode of Mix and Some Magic, I'm joined by my cousin Mandy, and we are planning a hypothetical worst Disneyland day. So the idea is that we're planning a Disneyland vacation for our very worst enemies, and we want them to have a terrible time. So we're talking about all the things that we would have them do on this worst Disneyland trip ever. It's gonna be fun. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Melissa with Mix and Some Magic. I'm a Disney planning expert and I'm here to mix a little magic into your day. Each week I share Disney vacation planning tips, park strategies, and a little bit of Disney history sprinkled in. Of course, I like to include lots of Disney magic. Join me, let's mix in some magic. Hello and welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I hope you're doing great. I'm pretty excited about today's episode. I had a lot of fun recording this with my cousin Mandy. And just so everyone understands, this is all just for fun. We're not actually planning a terrible trip for somebody to go on. That would be really mean. We would never do that. But it's fun to talk about. So we had a really good time recording it. I am getting ready to head to Disneyland in just a few days for my Utah Disney Crew Takeover Disneyland trip. I'm really excited about it. There's going to be a bunch of people coming that I've never met before, and I'm excited to meet everybody and hang out with new people and just really enjoy Disneyland and to experience Star Wars night. That's going to be amazing. So many fun things happening. Pixar Fest. All kinds of fun. I can't wait. I can't think of anything else good to say. So let's just get right into the episode. It's going to be a good one. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Mix in Some Magic. Making dinner is the worst. I absolutely hate deciding what to make for dinner each and every night. It's so time consuming, and then I have to unthaw the meat and I have to prep everything and then I have to cook it. It takes me forever. I'm over it. My family is also trying really hard to make healthier choices and eat more protein. And honestly, cooking a protein for dinner each night is tricky. It's hard for me. It's time consuming and it's been a struggle. But luckily, I have found a solution. Just Meats. Just Meats is an amazing service that ships quality protein to your front door. So the meat arrives fully cooked and ready to use. All you have to do is reheat it and you're on your way. Dinner is done. Boom. Congratulations. They have really great options like smoked Texas brisket, slow-cooked pulled pork, Texas rubbed chicken thighs, beef tri-tip, and more. It only takes a few minutes to heat up and you're ready to go. I add a side dish like rice and a veggie, and then we have a healthy, high-protein dinner that didn't take me hours to make and that I didn't have to stress out about. It's so much healthier than fast food, cheaper than fast food, so we're saving money, we're eating healthier, and we're getting high-quality protein, which is really important to my family. It's been a game changer, and I think that you are going to love it too. So I'll put a link in the show notes, and you can check them out. You can also use my code JustMelissaH for $20 off your first purchase. Getting Just Meats delivered to our house has been a huge lifestyle upgrade for us. We're eating healthier, it's delicious, and no more stressing about what to make for dinner. I can't emphasize how happy that makes me. I think you're going to love them too. Check them out. There's a link in the show notes. Ads are a pain in the butt. I really don't like them, but unfortunately, they are a necessary evil when you run a podcast. If you're listening to the ad and affiliate supported version of Mix and Some Magic, thank you. Your support helps keep Mix and Some Magic running. If you're listening to the ad-free version on Patreon, thank you as well. Your monthly support is so appreciated and helps me with equipment costs, editing software, research materials for the show, and more. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon supporter, I'll put a link in the show notes. There's several membership options with the lowest being $5 a month. All Patreon supporters are invited to attend our monthly Disney book club as well. So come and join us. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get back to the episode. I'm here with my cousin Mandy.
Hi.
She's at my house today, and we're going to talk about something that we've talked about doing a podcast episode on for a long time, but we haven't ever done it. And I'm a little nervous about it because I think it might be rude. Is it rude?
No, it's a fantasy, and I don't know. Maybe we're a little mean-spirited right now. I don't know.
It's all fun and games. We are going to be talking about what we would do if we were planning a trip for our worst enemy. Where we would tell them to stay, where we would tell them to eat, how they should schedule their day, if we wanted someone to have a terrible day or two at the Disneyland resorts.
Yeah, let's make it 2 days. Let's make it a terrible 2 days for our worst enemy.
Oh, I might have my worst enemy park hop 3 or 4 times though.
Oh, wow.
We'll see, but this is all in good fun, and you can just take this and use it to your advantage. Don't do these things that we're saying. Do the opposite.
Yeah.
Do you have a worst enemy, Mandy?
I mean, I have people I don't like, so I'll be thinking of them when I'm going over this. Not very many people. I like a lot of people. Just a couple people.
Do you want to say who they are?
No. I mean, they probably know who they are.
They're probably not listening.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I have a couple people in mind. Now, I don't want any harm to come to these people.
No harm.
I just want them to have a terrible day at Disneyland.
Yeah, we'll just act like we really have their best interests at heart and then plan the worst day for them.
Yep, that's our plan. So we're acting like this. We're telling them all the best information, but we're really giving them all the worst information.
Yep, it's going to be awesome.
I'm so excited. Okay, first things first. How should these people get to the Disneyland resort?
Well, I would personally first tell them to drive, but if they insisted on flying, I would tell them the easiest airport is LAX.
Yeah, they should definitely fly into LAX.
LAX in the morning, and they have to Uber to the Disneyland resort in rush hour traffic.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's always rush hour traffic. But yeah, if they could be getting off, I mean, they need to take the earliest flight possible, probably a red eye. Overnight flight, that would be great.
Yeah, overnight flight. Land at 7 in the morning, getting their luggage and stuff and into an Uber by 8 a.m.
Yes.
Then they have a 2-hour drive or so to Anaheim.
Perfect.
Yep.
That'll get them there in plenty of time. Then they're going to drop their bags off at a hotel. What hotel should we have them stay at?
Oh,
I have an idea. I would send them to the Clarion. The Clarion, I mean, they're going to get a great deal because it's not very expensive at all. And I'm going to tell them how nice it is. See, now, if you're staying at the Clarion and you know that it's not the nicest place in the whole world, then you're fine with it. You're like, okay, I can deal with this. It's not great, but it's cheap. But if you go into it thinking that you're going to be getting a super nice place and then you saw the Clarion, man, that's going to be a low blow. Hard to deal with.
I know, especially the name. You could really make it like the Clarion. You're going to be at the Clarion. I've never stayed there, but
if I ever recommend it, you're going to be suspicious.
The worst hotel I've ever stayed at was the Majestic Garden Inn. And I know there's different levels. So, I know people you've stayed there in a refurbished room, and it was super nice.
I loved it, actually.
I stayed there in the basic room, and, with my sister, who, told me she was willing to pay extra for a new motel for us just to go stay in a new motel.
Oh, it was that bad?
It was not bad. So
you had the unrefurbished.
Yeah, and it was so dirty. And it was beard hair in our sink still.
Stop.
Yeah, like wallpaper ripping off the walls. Like wondering if people are gonna break into our room because the lock wouldn't lock properly. Like it was bad. So I would be like, listen, you're gonna stay in this castle and there's free transportation to the park and it's amazing. You don't even need to splurge on the bigger, nicer rooms. Just go basic. That's where I would be staying.
I actually really liked the refurbished rooms though. So if you're staying there in a refurbished room, I think you'll probably be happy.
Well, that's what Melissa was like. You're going to make them stay there. I'm like, well, I've never stayed in a refurbished room.
It's perfect. So you're going to drop your bags off at one of these super nice hotels, and then you're going to head to the parks, right?
Right, that day.
Well, yeah, for sure. You're not even really that tired. You slept well on the plane, we're assuming.
Yeah.
Right?
And you're getting there probably about noon, 1 o'clock now.
You think it'll take... Oh, yeah, because of the drive.
The traffic.
Yeah, so they're getting there. We're going to have them... I'm going to tell people to buy a park hopper. 100% buy a park hopper. It's going to be worth every penny. Right?
Do it.
Buy a park hopper. You're also going to want to buy, before you arrive... Mandy disagrees with me on this. You're going to want to buy a magic band. Because they are so helpful. You can't get through the park without a magic band. It's definitely something that you need.
I mean, I'm probably going to tell them to buy a magic band because they're going to waste $60 on a couple days.
It's a big fat waste of money. All it does is like scans you into the park and into your lightning lanes. You can do that on your phone. It's just a big fat waste of money. And when it's hot, it gets all sweaty on your wrist and I hate it. I hate it.
I love my magic bands.
Okay.
I have like 10 of them.
You do not, really?
Stop.
Why would you have that many?
Because you know how some people collect ears? I start collecting magic bands.
Oh, gosh. Okay. I have one, and I don't ever use it.
Oh, you're missing out.
Okay. Well, we're both saying buy magic bands for different reasons.
Yes.
Buy a magic band. Then you're going to have a park hopper, but you're going to go right to DCA because it's lunchtime. You're hungry. Wait, should they go to DCA or should they go to Downtown Disney?
I'm going to say DCA. It's going to be busier at lunchtime.
Right at noon?
Yeah, you'll probably have more options than Downtown Disney.
Okay, you're going to go right to DCA, lunchtime rush, and I am going to suggest that you have the delicious shawarma from the Carded Avengers campus. Go ahead and have that for lunch. It's disgusting.
I'm going to not mention mobile ordering.
Oh yeah, don't mobile order. What a waste.
And
what a waste of time.
I'm still going to mention a good food to them, but I'm going to mention the birria tacos.
Why are you giving them that? Because that's the
they
best
they don't have mobile order, so they have to wait in line.
But they still get really yummy food at the end.
Yeah, but they're waiting in line for like 45 minutes.
I know, but you should send them to like a really long line and then bad food at the end.
Oh, Lucky Fortune Cookery?
You don't like that?
Is that what it's called still?
Yeah. It's just, you're right. It's just meh.
Yeah.
Maybe like a burger from Smoke Jumpers. They're not the best.
Yeah, that's true. A burger there would... I mean, have you ever had the Paradise Garden? Is it Paradise Garden?
Mm-hmm.
Like Mexican food?
Mm-mm.
Oh. Probably just Mexican food.
Probably.
But it's a short line, though.
Well, the shawarma is disgusting.
I've never tried it.
You don't like it.
Okay.
I already know. You don't like it. After that, you're going to want to jump in line for Radiator Springs Racers. Now, I did forget to mention that I would suggest somebody go mid-July. Like, 4th of July, if possible, would be my suggestion. If not mid-July, but definitely sometime in July. Are there going to be crowds? Yes. Is it going to be hot? Oh, yes. Great time to visit.
I'm sending them a little cooler day, but probably the busiest day I've ever been in the parks is the first day of Christmas in November. Like, I feel like I'm a season pro, and it was really hard to get on rides. Especially because I was with some elderly people that wanted to sleep in. So once you show up at the park at 10:30, there's like... You're not getting on lightning lanes.
Mm-mm.
I mean, the crowds were so outrageous. That's like the busiest day I've ever been this year. And I thought it would be less.
You don't need Genie Plus. That's just a waste of money, especially in July. I would just wait in the lines.
Yeah, July's hot with lines.
You don't need Genie Plus.
Yeah.
No Genie Plus for you. No single rider. Don't bother with that. No single rider. Definitely not rider switch. You don't need any of that stuff. You're just going to go standby every single time.
Well, we're not even going to mention it to them. So they're just going to think their only option is to stand in lines.
Exactly. So after they eat their lunch, I'm going to say Radiator Springs Racers. That's the way to go. It's mid-afternoon. It's hot. The line's going to be at least 90 minutes. That's the line you want to be in. Jump in Radiator Springs Racers. That's the best time to go.
I agree. Jump in it. There's a lot of shade, though, isn't there?
I don't know. It's the most miserable line I've ever stood in my entire life. I hate it to my very core.
I've actually never stood in line
Are
for
you
it.
kidding me? Don't do it.
Buy that lightning lane, people.
We're single rider.
Or single rider.
Oh gosh, it's a tough line to stand in. And side note, if you are going to stand in the line, which I know a lot of people do not do it when it's hot. Do not. Wait until the sun has set, get yourself a snack, get yourself a drink, prepare to be there for at least an hour, but at least it's not hot. Do not get in the line when it's hot, or you're going to be hating every single thing about your vacation, Disneyland, your family. Like, you're going to hate it all. It's going to be bad.
Especially with kids.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Rough. Okay, but back to our day. After Radiator Springs Racers, where are they going to go? It's probably what, like 2 p.m., 3 p.m. by this point?
Yeah, then I'm going to tell them that they need to hit Web Slingers because that line's going to be long and that's in the sun outside.
Web Slingers is a good choice. Or Toy Story.
Yeah.
Toy Story's line is going to be long. Web Slingers, Toy Story. Then they're going to go to Incredicoaster. That's a good one to wait in the heat.
Yeah.
They could go to Grizzly River Run. That's always the longest midday in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to hit that. And by this point, it's dinner time. I think they just need to probably go to Downtown Disney for dinner. There's a shop that I want to make sure they hit. It's called the Soccer Shop. I don't know what it's really called.
The Soccer Shop?
It just has soccer equipment in there.
In Downtown Disney?
Yes. It's definitely a not to miss shop. So I'm going to send them down there to check out the Soccer Shop. They sell soccer balls and cleats and jerseys. Is that what they're called when people are soccer? I don't know. It's a great shop. So they're going to want to browse that, I think.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. Can't miss.
Where should they have dinner?
I don't know. I don't really think there's a bad place in Downtown Disney, is there? Maybe I haven't eaten there. Let's see.
Probably what they're going to want to do is get on a wait list. Like, go around, check with everybody, like all the restaurants, and see how long their wait is. You're going to want to do that first.
Yeah.
Like, don't make reservations. What a waste. Just go around to all the places Downtown Disney and see how long their wait's going to be. It's probably going to be at least an hour for all of them. So just pick one of those. Whatever's the longest, that's probably the best. So you should just pick that.
Yeah. I mean, definitely no reservations. See which one. I mean, because you want to send them to the one with the longest wait because obviously that's the best food, right?
Probably.
So you just tell them, hey, go around, see which one's the longest. That's the one that has the best menu currently, and you need to go eat there.
Yep.
I think it's a good idea.
And at that point, I'm going to say, just call it a night. Like, yeah, you didn't ride on Soarin'. You didn't get to go on Goofy's. Ooh, actually, no. Before they can call it a night, they got to hike back over. I forgot they have park hoppers. I haven't even had them hop yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not telling them to have a good night. I'm telling them to go over.
Okay, you're right.
And hit Indiana Jones.
No, but first, yeah, let's do that. Indiana Jones. Right at dinner time.
Yep.
Perfect.
Or
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain.
Yeah.
Or Rise. Rise could be pretty high by then.
Probably. Yeah. Rise is farther back, too.
Yeah, they have to walk more.
Then after they hit one of those, they need to go back to DCA and ride on the spinning wheel of death, the Pixar pal around, the swinging cars. I know you like that ride. I hate it.
I do like it.
No, I hate it. Definitely swinging cars. They're going to want to do that. I hate that ride.
Well, just pretend that they are scared to death of falling and heights. So they have to go on it.
Isn't everybody scared to death of falling?
No. Oh, yeah. Of falling.
I am. Okay, so then after that, what time do you think it is? 8, 9?
Probably 10 because, I mean, they waited an hour for dinner.
That's true. So 10 o'clock, DCA is closing. They're exhausted because they took the red eye, but they probably shouldn't go to bed yet. What I think they should do is Autopia, because that's really the best way to finish out the night is Autopia.
Yeah. Or the submarines. Smash them in the submarine.
Yeah.
Finding Nemo.
Great place. Great place to
Maybe do both. Autopia and then smash them in the submarine.
Yes. And then they're going to head back to their hotel.
And tell them that you think Disneyland closes about the same time, too. So.
That's what?
DCA. So they have an early night. They don't think it's an option for them to stay later.
We need them to stay later, though, because then they won't have... Because by the time they get off Pixar Pal Around, it'll be 10 p.m.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Okay. Then have a good night after Submarine and Finding Nemo. Or Cars. What is it? Autopia. See, I don't even know the names of them.
That's how often you go on it.
I actually do like Autopia.
What?
Because there is the astronaut that's like trying to kill the bird the whole way.
It's the weirdest thing.
I know, and you just write it and see all the different ways he's trying to kill this bird and just laugh about it. It's fun with a person, and you can make up stories about these birds and this astronaut.
It is weird, and I noticed that for the first time recently, and I was like, what is happening? You drive by these different scenes with this astronaut and a bird, and you're like, why is he have him tied to a kite? Why is that poor bird spinning upside down? Like, all these different things. It's very confusing.
Yeah, you're like, what is happening? I had to go on it like a couple times, and me and my friend I was on were just like laughing and dying. So we're like, he's strangling the bird.
It looks like
He
it.
tied it to the propeller.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's weird.
Notice it next time.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, probably you're gonna need to rope drop. I want my people to rope drop. My worst enemies to rope drop Disneyland, just because I know they didn't get a great night's sleep. Let's get them up and get them going. Usually I recommend rope drop to people that I like. I'm also recommending it to this crew because I have a plan for them.
Okay, let's rope drop because you're right. They didn't get a good night's sleep.
No, definitely going to rope drop. But I want them, as soon as the park opens, they're going to hit Peter Pan. That's the key. Right to Peter Pan. I'm assuming they're going to have a stroller. I'm going to tell them to bring a stroller, even if they don't need one. So rude. Just bring a stroller and put all your stuff in it. And then you're going to need to park your stroller. So that's going to be great. And then you get in line for Peter Pan. After Peter Pan, I mean, that's the lowest wait times of the entire day is right then. So I think they need to definitely go get in line for coffee at Starbucks. No more rides. Go get in line.
I would send them because everybody rushes to Rise of the Resistance right in the morning.
That's true. They could go to Rise.
So
first.
I would send them to Rise next
after Peter Pan.
They've already still waited like
probably 40 minutes.
40 minutes on Peter Pan. So they're 40 minutes behind everybody else on Rise already.
Perfect. Rise of the Resistance.
Yep.
Then they're gonna go get their coffee at Starbucks.
Send them clear back to Main Street.
Mm-hmm. And after that, I think they're gonna need breakfast.
Yep. It's a good breakfast time.
I always tell people, eat breakfast before you get to the park. So you're ready to go. You don't have to stop. But not our friends. They're going to have breakfast. I think I'm going to suggest Galactic Grill.
That's where I would send them. And I would tell them to get a breakfast burrito. Because I think they're disgusting.
They are kind of gross. So there you go. Have a nice hearty breakfast at Galactic Grill. And then where? Then where should they go?
Then we're gonna tell them that Finding Nemo is different in the daytime.
I just took a drink and I wasn't. It's different in the daytime. That's so rude.
It's different.
It's better during the day.
It's better during the day, so they also need to go and check out the difference in the scenery.
Mm-hmm.
Because
there's literally zero difference.
Well,
But so funny.
the little bit is like lit up.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, like 30 seconds.
Okay, for sure. They're definitely going to want to check that during the day.
So sending them back there.
Yep. After that, I think they need to hit the canoes.
Oh,
yeah.
In July.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, by now it's probably 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe later. It might be later. Definitely they're going to need to canoe.
Canoe, and then after they canoe, I would just send them on a little nature hike on Tom Sawyer Island.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Might as well.
Yep.
Perfect. They probably need a snack at this point. What would be a good snack? I'm going to suggest the turkey leg. Or a pickle.
Ooh, the pickles. Yeah. But some people, if they like pickles, they're going to love the pickle.
I know, but
I don't know. There's a lot of good snacks. I would tell them to go back over to Galaxy's Edge and try something Star Warsy. Crazy.
really?
I don't know.
Do you not like the Star Wars food?
No.
Oh, what about the Ronto wrap? You don't like that?
No.
I do like that one.
I was going to suggest that, but I know that people have a love for that. So,
I think I would also suggest they get the beignets because as far as beignets go, those Mickey shaped ones are pretty average and sad, in my opinion.
yeah, they're kind of blah compared to downtown.
Yeah. So grab some beignets and then right now it's probably mid-afternoon before they have lunch. I think it's hot. It's July. Best time to do Fantasyland is when it's middle of the day and as hot as it can possibly be. So I think Fantasyland, they already did Peter Pan, but they should definitely go do Dumbo, Storybook Land, Canal Boats, Mr. Toad. All of those in there are so perfect.
Yeah.
Midday when it's hot, zero shade.
I would send them there too. And then afterwards, if they had small kids, I would be like, and you can't miss Toontown. Because then they're going to go up to Toontown and their kids are just going to want to play on all the playground stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really want their kids to get hurt with the heat or anything, but the parents will have to stand in the sun.
That's true.
Because all the shade will be taken.
I'm going to tell him also, no, that's too far. I almost said something and I was like, no, I can't do it.
And Barnstormer, that gets really long.
That's in Disney World.
Oh. What's the one now in?
That's Roger Rabbit. And Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
No, what's the little coaster? Isn't that?
Oh, the Gadget Coaster.
Oh, the Gadget
The Go Coaster.
The Go Coaster. Barnstormer. That is in Disney World, huh?
Uh-huh.
The Go Coaster.
Yes.
Gadget's Go Coaster?
Yeah, they're going to want to ride that probably twice.
Because the kids are going to want to.
I was going to say, don't bring sunscreen. But then I felt too guilty because I don't like these people, but I don't want them to get sunburned. That's like too far.
Well, because they're probably kind of like, they probably didn't think about sunscreen. So we're just going to pretend they didn't bring it themselves.
That's on them, not on me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure they don't have sunscreen.
Yeah.
Well, after they do Gadget Go Coaster, definitely they're going to want to hit Roger Rabbit. Oh, Roger Rabbit. You like Roger Rabbit, but you have never waited in the standby line for Roger Rabbit. Is that true?
I have waited a couple times in the standby line.
Did you want to die?
No, because there's things you can look at the whole time.
It's not. It's just like this dark, windy hallway, and you can't see. You turn a corner, and it's just more line. And then you turn a corner, and it's more line. Oh,
but it's air conditioned.
It is.
And it's the summer, so it's all inside.
I'm still sending them there just so they can ride Roger Rabbit. I'm going to tell them how great it is.
I'm sending them to Matterhorn.
Oh, midday?
Midday. Well, now it's probably like about 3.
And they haven't even had lunch. They're starving.
We need to give them some lunch.
Yeah.
Well, they ate a late breakfast.
They did, and then they had a snack, but still, that heat's going to zap you. We need to get them some lunch. I would have them... Where would you send them for lunch?
Lunch. I don't know. This is a tough one.
I already said the
Galactic Grill.
Galactic Grill and the turkey leg. I might tell them to get a chimichanga from a stand. I hate those chimichangas. I know people like them, but
I've never tried them.
gross.
I
They're
would
not great.
probably tell them that they can't miss the soup bowls. And not that their soup bowls are bad, but it's hot.
Mm.
And I
Yeah.
want them to eat some hot soup with a big bread bowl and just feel like that hot feeling,
Like that heavy.
heavy feeling in the middle of the day.
That's a good one.
I'm sending them to get a soup
Yeah.
bread bowl.
Yeah. Or really any of the quick service, no mobile ordering. Jolly Holiday. That's a long wait.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Oh man, we still have to get these poor people dinner. Maybe we'll just have them eat popcorn for dinner.
We'll find another snack. Yeah.
Okay. Well, after that, where should they go? I think maybe they should go just stand for a minute watch those little cartoons on Main Street. That's always the worst. You think it's going to be fun, and then you're like, this is stupid.
I kind of like that in the middle of the day.
I know you do. If you could sit down, it would be a whole different thing. But I'm like, why are we standing here?
I always get a bench.
You've never been middle of July.
Oh. Haven't I? Yeah. I went in July.
Or after this, I think maybe we have them park hop.
Yeah, let's park hop.
Yeah. Let's go back over to DCA. And they're probably going to want to go to Monsters Inc. because they didn't get that yesterday. Hotline gets real long in the late afternoon. Now they do have Genie Plus and they do have the Buddy Pass option, which is like single rider, but for 2 people. They're not going to want to do either of those.
They're not going to know about it.
Mm-mm. They're definitely just going to want to wait standby.
Yep.
Classic ride.
And then I think they need to go. I mean, Guardians is going to be busy by then.
Yeah.
They haven't rode Guardians.
Yeah, they better ride Guardians.
Then they're going to go from Monsters Inc. to Guardians.
Yikes. And then back to Disneyland. By now, it's probably what time do you think? 6, 7?
Yeah. So the crowd's really, really heavy. Oh, I forgot. They're going to want to watch a parade, but we're not going to tell them where to go. We're not going to tell them like where to stand. And we're just going to be like, yeah, you don't need to be there early. Just show up. And if they have kids, the kids are already going to be excited for the parade. So they're going to be like really mad if they don't see it.
Yeah, just show up for the parade. You don't need to get there early. My recommendation would be like 5 minutes before, definitely near the castle or on Main Street is probably the best place to see the parade.
Yep. That's what I'm going to tell them. And they have to be there because there's so many characters that their kids need to see. Yep.
All right. And then maybe I would say right now would be a great time to do Smuggler's Run. And I'm going to recommend highly, highly that they are engineers. Engineer is by far the best position. That's where you want to be, engineer.
Yep. I mean, make them walk all the way back.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to make them walk all the way back to DCA again.
What? We're going back to DCA?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be like...
diabolical.
I'm going to be like, you have to this is the time you have to ride Little Mermaid.
Oh, Little Mermaid.
They haven't rode it yet.
Yeah.
And I mean, the line won't be super long, but it's just the walking clear from Galaxy's Edge, clear to the middle of DCA, and then back to Disneyland.
Yep. Classic. Perfect.
Yep.
I love it. Then they probably need a snack.
Yeah.
Or dinner. Let's let them eat dinner for crying out loud.
I'm going to say the only restaurant that you can have dinner on is Carnation Cafe. Dinner at is Carnation Cafe. Because when they go to Carnation Cafe, they're like, a table for 4, please. Then they're going to be like, yeah, there's no walk-up available. All the reservations are gone. And they're going to be like, oh no.
Yeah.
Panicking. Now what do I do?
Yeah. And probably their best bet after that is just a Mickey pretzel with that plastic cheese that you can buy with it. Stuff is so gross.
I know. I don't even really like the Mickey pretzels.
You don't?
I mean,
know what?
Yeah.
And over though at the refreshment corner, they have a different cheese. It's not the fake plasticky cheese and it's really yummy.
Really?
Yeah. But if you buy them at the stands, then it's the plastic cheese.
Yeah, it's gross.
So they're going to want that. Definitely want that. Or Rancho del Zocalo, because the last few times I've been there, it's been so gross. I used to love it, but now it's been gross.
Have you tried the toast? Is it the taco salad?
Yeah.
And it's gross?
It wasn't good.
I haven't been there for a while.
Maybe I hit it on a bad day.
I last few times I've ate at Cafe Orleans, it's been gross.
Really?
Yes, I don't want to even go there anymore.
Oh.
The Monte Cristos. Is that all right?
I did. She always says Monte Crisco. It's so funny.
They've been gross.
That's too bad. Huh.
So,
okay, well, after they eat dinner, wherever they end up, I'm going to say classic, they have to go on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, row 1.
ooh,
Row 1.
yes. Row 1.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to be like, oh, shoot, we forgot to have you go on Soarin'. So you need to go back, go on Soarin', but you need to get the row on the very side. Like as far to an edge as you can get, that's where you want to sit.
Yeah.
Because then everything is all curved in.
And then at that point, I'm going to be like, you know what? You need to be finding a fireworks spot at least an hour and a half before it starts.
Oh, they got to be in Castle View.
Yeah, Castle View.
Yes.
Hour and a half to 2 hours before it starts.
Like 3 hours if they really want that Castle View. And there's nowhere else to watch the fireworks.
Nope.
That's the only place that you want to see them is Castle View 3 hours before.
Yep.
That's what you have to do.
I mean, you just have to sacrifice and you have to sit there. You can get some popcorn. There's little treat carts around.
Mm-hmm.
But to have the best view, I mean, ultimately they will have an amazing view.
They're going to have a great view, but 3 hours, that's not worth it.
No, but they don't know that.
Nope. So they're going to sit there. Perfect. Castle View. After that, I don't know. Is it time to go home?
I mean, they're going to be so exhausted after that they're going to want to go home.
Then maybe we shouldn't let them. Maybe we have another ride that they should go on.
This is when we tell them the secret that ride stopping is amazing because we want them to stay up because they're already so tired.
We're going to tell them our secret though?
Well, yeah, but
we don't like them. So we're going to tell them that they have to stay because we know they're exhausted, even though we know the secret that the last 2 hours of the park are just as good as rope dropping.
Better actually, but
they really are great. Okay, we'll have them go, but I do want them to ride Small World.
Oh yeah, see, we have them rope drop. We have them ride stop all the Small World,
all the easy ones,
Space Mountain.
Yeah, anything they didn't hit. I kind of think we're giving them too nice of a tip there at the end.
Yeah, that's true.
I kind of think maybe we need to have them do something different, like Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. That's when they're going to want to save for the end of the day.
Oh, yeah, because it's not crowded at all.
Classic. They should definitely head there after fireworks.
And they're going to be so tired, they're probably going to fall asleep. And then they're just going to want to go home.
That's perfect. And we'll tell them not to use Uber or a shuttle because their hotel's within walking distance.
I think they would have figured that out by now.
They're not stupid.
Well, what is Melissa and Mandy doing to them? Doing to us?
Do you think they'll figure it out that we planned a terrible day for them, or do you think they'll just think Disneyland's the worst?
I mean, if you told them to walk, they probably would figure it out.
Maybe so. Anything else? What else could we tell them to do that would be awful? I can't think of anything.
I think the next day I would tell them they don't have park tickets, but I would tell them to go back to downtown Disney for breakfast. And I would tell them to be there at 9 a.m. 8:30.
So busy. Security
is out of control.
And where are they going to eat breakfast? There's not very many options.
I don't know.
Just like Jamba Juice.
Jamba Juice, yeah.
I mean, it's good, but...
I mean, they could get a Wetzel pretzel.
For breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay. They've had a lot of pretzels.
They're going to be pretzel full. Lots of carbs.
Lots of carbs. Well, that's Disneyland for you. Where do you think are like the worst places to sit on rides? Do you think that... Because Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, the worst is at the front. Are there other rides? And then Soarin' on the sides, those are the worst. Are there other rides that have really terrible places to sit? I feel like everything else is pretty.
I mean, when Splash Mountain was open, definitely the front
Yeah, that was more fun.
was wet. I mean,
wet, yeah.
yeah, you get really wet in the
Ooh.
front.
Yeah.
So, assuming that's open, we're gonna tell them to sit in the front when Tiana's opens up.
Yeah, sit in the front of Tiana's. You don't need a poncho, just a waste of money.
Yep, no poncho.
Yeah, don't bring a poncho.
I'm trying to think of any others.
Probably if they have extra time, they could squeeze in the Emotional Whirlwind. That one is classic.
Yeah, can't miss a classic ride like that.
They didn't get to ride Pirates. That's a bummer. They didn't get to ride Haunted Mansion. That's a bummer. It's okay. Same with like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. They didn't do that. It's fine. They're not that great.
No.
They're not even really good.
Did they even ride Toy Story?
Yeah. Or, I mean, I think we did send them to Toy Story.
Oh. They didn't do Buzz Lightyear?
Or Star Tours. That's okay. They don't need those rides.
They do Space Mountain.
Ooh, we didn't tell them to do Astral Orbiters, though. That's definitely a good one.
Yeah. They need to do that. And the Golden Zephyr.
Oh, we do need to tell them that when they do Matterhorn, they're gonna want to do the left side.
And sit in the back.
Left side, for sure. Classic. These guys are gonna have such a great trip, thanks to us.
And then they'll never talk to us again.
That's what I wanted to begin with. So perfect. That's rude. Okay, do you have like an evil laugh? That's funny. I don't know why it's funny. Thanks for talking with me about this. This is fun.
It was a fun episode. We really are not this mean. Only to our worst enemies.
Only to our worst enemies. And luckily, none of you listening are our worst enemies.
Nope. So good. That's good.
Good for you.
Good for you.
So funny. Okay. Well, thanks, Mandy.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much to my cousin Mandy for recording with me today. It was so much fun. So much fun. And I hope you can take all of these terrible tips and not do them so that you never have a bad day at Disneyland. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I appreciate your listening. You are the best. I'll be back next week with something new. Thanks so much for listening. We'll talk soon.